Hello YouTube. It's been a while. I thought I would check in with you. This video I felt compelled to do. This is about the Boss Katana 50. I have to say that I feel like, I think there's plenty of videos out there that have, that go over each of the settings and the tone. This is really about like, hey, if you're kind of, if you're an amateur or semi-pro or whatever guitar player, and you live at home with your family, and you kind of are need to play good tone with lower volumes, and or even higher volumes when everyone's out during the day. If you want to blast it, you have a good range. The problem I've seen with a lot of amp modeling amps, like I own the Blackstar ID Core 100. Literally after playing this, I hate to say it, I like Blackstar and I'll keep it, but I could sell it. This thing right here is the real deal. And let me tell you, I own about six, behind me here, about 6 tube amps, from a Fender Reverb King to a 65 Deluxe reissue to a Vox AC15 to even one of those awesome Excelsior amps. So I've been a tube guy my whole life. Solid state to me are crap. I usually feel like I've never experienced, I believe this is a solid state, I've never experienced an amp like this where it really sounds like a tube amp. Like you have at all levels. I know there's the Boss Katana 100. I know that can go much louder, I'm sure, but I feel like this is great for even jamming with friends, playing drums. It's just fine. So 100 is probably a lot louder. If you wanted to get a little louder, and probably may give you more headroom, I suppose. I don't know, since I haven't really checked out the 100. But I can't tell you, this amp, if you're looking to buy an amp and you really are about tone, and I honestly I haven't even touched my tube amps because they're louder levels. And again, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I've got 100 pedals. I've got everything. This is just so convenient because everything you can do, download about 50 Boss pedals. I've got a good mix up here. The software with it is great. Works great. You can do all your settings. Let me tell you, I love the Boss Katana 50 so much that I would consider buying the 212 version too, having a 50 and a 212. The 212 just to have double speakers and kind of for that stereo effect. I've never loved an amp like I've loved this amp. It's like my new best friend, I'll tell you. So Boss, amazing job on this amp. So if you're wondering, like if you're the guy, if you have kids, and if you've got, you got to keep it low, you have 3 settings on here. The power control, which is 0.5 watts, 25 watts, and then 50. Now the 100 watt, I believe, has 100 and then 50, so you cover that. 150 and I think probably 2.5 watts. But even at low volume, or when you turn it down, you don't lose tone. Like it has a warm sound with headroom. I've never heard anything like it. Again, now I'm comparing this to the Blackstar ID Core 100, and I own that. I'll hang on to it, but this amp, I just cannot stress enough. If you're wondering, like, hey, if you're more about the tube and you're gonna give a solid state an amp or a chance, this is your boy right here. Let me tell you. But yeah, let me just kind of play. So I'm playing through a Rickenbacker 3, kind of a unique Rickenbacker 330 with Filtertron with toasters pickups. Love this guitar. It's just a cool 330 with a Union Jack. Playing through this, I'll play some clean sounds. But even the distortion, I'll kind of run through it real quickly. The distortion's on it sound great. You have a couple options with distortion too. You have 2 channels on it, a clean and a dirty. So the dirty will be set to dirty. You have overdrive, but I usually keep it on clean. And then you have the amp types: the clean, crunch, lead, and brown. And you can kind of play with those. But you also have overdrive pedals, Boss overdrive pedals that you can have set under your effects chain here. And you can do about 3 effects. Like I usually have about 3 overdrives on each clean and dirty channel to play with. I think they've got a blues driver, they've got just a warm overdrive, a 60s overdrive, a metal sound. So everything is covered here. And the tremolo in this is incredible because when I use Boss Tremolo, here it is. It's got that. It's in there. Reverb, you have the plate, you have the hall. It's in there. Okay, you got for delay, you've got tape echo, digital. It's in there. I feel like I'm in that commercial with the pasta sauce, but it's in there. This thing is just so much fun, and the octave pedal. I can do like a 60s fuzz, or a 60s fuzz, or a kind of a a muff, kind of a muff pedal with the octave pedal overdrive or octave setting in here, and you get some really cool sounds. I'll show you that real quickly too. Sorry to ramble on, but I just wanted to talk and tell you about this Katana 50. Go get one, check it out. I mean, seriously. I'm not going to tell you which is go for the 100 or the 50. I love the 50. It's loud enough. It's great. I'd almost get a 50. And I may get the Katana 212 just to have just having the two speakers. I think you get a little more. I think you have a couple more channels and presets in it. But I've not loved an amp like this. And again, I'm a tube amp guy. It's just been great. Right now it's set to 0.5 watts. So it's clean. It's on the clean channel. Clean amp setting. EQ I have kind of set. Mid is like, 3 o'clock. Bass is maybe 2 o'clock. And I have treble all the way up. So. So you get the idea. Let's just play some. I think I have also reverb. Gosh, it might be Hall set a little high. So. And let's adjust the reverb a little here, a little lower. A little less reverb. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try that. A little less reverb here. You ready? So that's just the point. That's actually the 0.5 watt. I'm going to pump it to 25 watt. Ready? Oh, it's loud. So I have the master volume maxed up. I'm going to put the master to 12 o'clock. So now that's the difference. Here's the difference between 0.25. Here's 0.25. Oh, sorry, 0.5 to 0.25. So we haven't even hit 50. I don't know how it sounds there. So here we go. Sounds good is maybe I'm going to throw in a little. I love the tremolo, so. Take off. I'm going to turn down the reverb a little. That might be, I think that's a large room reverb. And let me do this. Check out. So here's a phaser. So here's a phaser. So here's a phaser. so it's kind of like you have that kind of gothy sound here. What I really like is I'm going to give you the. I'm going to give you a little. Oh yeah. So that's like a phaser with the octave. I'm going to give you a little bit of overdrive. So now keep in mind we're still at only 25 watts. I'm going to turn on the master. Let's do this. So. I know where that was bad, but anyway, it's just fun to doodle around. So it's just kind of fun to. I'm going to do another video, I think, on the dirty, but just kind of play around with the effects and the clean. I'm going to switch you. So now let's hear the difference. Let's make it back to clean. Let's turn off the effects. A little more bass. That's another thing about the EQ. Like a lot of times with amps, they have this EQ, but the EQ really, when you turn up the bass, you can really hear the bass. Mid, really, it's like everything just kind of is enhanced. I don't know what Boss, they have a secret sauce or what, Roland, whatever, but you really, when I hit the treble, it is higher. Like again, I'm comparing, I think, to the Blackstar ID100. I feel like I turn up the bass and I don't feel the bass like this. It's like a real tube Fender amp. Like I feel like they've really got it down. Some may disagree. This is only an opinion of mine. Just being obsessed with tube amps, and I'm just freaked out because I've never heard anything quite like this amp. So I'm going to show you now the difference between. So that's clean, a little bit of reverb. That is at 25 watts. Different from the 0.5 to the 25, but still it gives it a little more fuller sound. So that was bad, but anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, I just love it. It might sound a little. Let me turn down the treble a little. Warm it up a little. I'm going to make everything at 12 o'clock, actually. The bass, middle, and treble. Reverb a little bit. Actually, let me turn off the reverb so you can kind of hear. This is just straight up. Everything's 12 o'clock, 50 watt, clean channel, gain set at 12 o'clock, volumes at 12 o'clock. I'm going to do another video with the dirty, with just completely, because I'm going on too long here. Again, this is more of a talky video. I want you I cannot believe how good this amp sounds. It's maybe it doesn't transpose. I don't know. I hope so. To YouTube and to the compression you get on a camera, but this is awesome. So I mean, again, I love tube amps, and this thing's just I can't. This is all I've been using is this, and it sits on a chair like your little friend. If I want to, I can't say enough. Anyway, so here's no reverb, just straight up, you know. Do both pickups. It's a little fuller. So let's see here. That's all I've got to say. This is awesome. Boss Katana 50. It's my new best friend. It's just great, inspiring. Honestly, the best piece of... I've bought so much gear in my lifetime. This is the best, where it's just a wow moment. So that's why I'm rambling. I apologize. There's a lot of great videos of really better guitar players than me playing on this thing. Definitely. But I'll do another video with the Distortion. And that's what I love about it. So, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm just, wanted to share what I know. Just being honest. Have a good day.